1, 7, 1, 8,
'When you enter the scoreboard software with shootout enabled, you will notice that the clock area looks a bit different. This is the clock area, and we have two new buttons. There is a green button and there is a red button. And the red numbers here is the frame clock. Above the frame clock, we have two selections here. On the left, it says 2015. And on the right, it says 1510. So what that means is 2015 simply means the shot clock duration will be 15 seconds for the first 5 minutes and 15 seconds for the last 5 minutes. And if you select 1510, the shot clock will be 15 seconds for the first 5 minutes and 10 seconds for the last 5 minutes. To start the shot clock, you click the green button. And to stop the shot clock, you click the red button. And to start the frame, you click the frame clock or press the C key on your keyboard. So I'll start the frame by clicking the frame clock, and it will turn yellow. And now the frame begins, and normally you will start the shot clock when the player queues up. So the shot clock is now running, and when he play a shot, you will stop the clock. You stop the shot clock, and if nothing happened, no ball is ported, then you will switch to the next player by clicking the player's area, or by pressing the enter key on the keyboard or the P key on the keyboard. So now it's the next player turn, and then I'll start the shot clock when it's ready. So you see when the shot clock is running, there is a red bar expanding to the left. And once he pot the ball, let's say he pot the red ball, you will stop the shot clock. Then you will enter the pawns, which is say 1 pawn.
1,
So you press 1, and now you're about to start the shot clock again by clicking the green button here. And let's say player 2 pots another ball. So I'll click the red button to stop the shot clock. Then I'll add the pawns. Let's say a pink ball.
7,
And then you will then click the green button to start the shot clock again. And the 15 seconds countdown happened. And when you play a shot, you stop the clock. If no ball is potted, you switch to the next player, like that. So now you start the shot clock again, and the countdown begins. And say it takes him too long to think, there will be a 5 seconds countdown on the shot clock. And if he still hasn't made the shot, then you will have to foul him and give his opponent 5 points. In this case, I'll press F followed by a 5 key, and 5 points will be added to player 2, and now he is ready to play, and you will start the shot clock as usual with 15 seconds countdown. And once you play a shot, remember you click the red button to stop the shot clock, and then switch to the next player, and then you start the shot clock again. And if you pot the ball, then you stop the shot clock and click
1.
Say the red ball, you click 1 to add 1 point, and then you start the shot clock again. And if he pot another ball, then you stop the shot clock and add
8.
the points accordingly. Now you start the clock again, and if he doesn't pot anything, then you stop the clock and switch back to player 2, and back and forth like that. So this is one way of scoring like a shootout game, and it's pretty easy to manage. And as I said, when the clock reaches 5 minutes, what will happen is that the shot clock duration will change from either 15 to 10 seconds or from 20 seconds to 15 seconds, depends on what you click above the frame clock. Right now we are at 15:10, so when the clock reaches 5 minutes, what will happen is that there is a voice to tell you that the 10-second shot clock will be in operation. And now you know that when you click the green button again, the shot clock will begin from 10 seconds instead of 15 seconds. So we'll wait here until the frame clock reaches 5 minutes, and you will see what's about to happen. So bear with me for a while. And every situation is different. If you have like a scoreboard somewhere next to the table or something, you don't actually have to switch the player. You can just operate the shot clock from this program, and you can manage the other scoring on maybe a traditional scoreboard.
10 seconds shot clock in operation.
Now, when you start the shot clock by clicking the green button, you see that the countdown actually begins from 10 seconds. So the whole shot duration is shorter. And again, this player didn't make a shot like during the 10 seconds. So you will have to press the F key followed by 5 to award his opponent 5 points. So you carry on by clicking the shot clock, and now he made a move, so you will stop the the shot clock, and then we move on. And now we start the shot clock again. So if he pot the ball again, so we'll stop the shot clock and add points.
1.
And we'll start the shot clock again. So you see, the operation is very simple. It's not complicated, and everyone can learn it. And when the frame is finished, one of the players will be a winner. So we will stop the frame or close the frame as usual by clicking the win button, which is W, and then followed by the green button, which is 3. So what happens is that the scoreboard will reset, and then 1 frame will be added to the player. What happens here is that the scoreboard hasn't reset because the scores are even. So I have to make sure that one of the player has more points than the other player. Then I go back to the win frame and press 3. And now 1 frame has been added to player 2. So basically player 2 is the winner for the match. Because shootout is basically a 1 frame format, so it's not like the best of 3 or best of 5 or something like that. So that's about all you need to know about using the shootout clock. Thank you for watching.